I hate to say this, people, but you are now boxed in. And what are we going to do about that? We're going to tell you a story of claustrophobia, of great worry, of pandemonium, and of course the great tale of many cubes and cubish-like objects in one giant box. What are we talking about? We're talking about a level that's involving, well, bots. Yes, amazing, huh? This level's made by Brett Flanagan, also known as Dagoth. And, well, I have never heard of him make a level before, so I'm assuming this is probably one of his first levels, and yeah, that is pretty much no surprise, is it? Anyway, this is also known as Boxed In. Okay? And also, this was apparently made using, well, Thread. So, yeah, this actually is a level that is being made using Thread, which is rather interesting because most of the other ones we've been seeing a lot lately have been done doing Worldcraft. Almost everything late October onwards has been done predominantly with Worldcraft. So seeing something with Thread is a bit interesting at this point to see. Not sure if it's late to the game or if there are going to be a bit more Thread levels as we continue along. Anyway, this was made on November 6th of 1996. Though it seems like the timestamp really is saying November 5th, so I'm assuming maybe he had it like a little bit early, or maybe it just was like a few hours off or whatever. But yeah, that is basically what I'm being told here. Anyway, let's see here. This is a deathmatch level. Who would have guessed that one? You can check it out in single player, but of course there's really nothing else. Does anyone actually care about cooperative? And let's see here. This is a large courtyard with 16 buildings. That's a lot of buildings. And a 4x4 pattern. Wind brushes in each one takes you to the rooftops, and 4 of the buildings lead down into a labyrinth with with the best weapons, but very tight space. There are plenty of weapons thread throughout, so you shouldn't have to resort to using the axe. Ooh, I feel much better now. Okay, I'm not even sure what that means, but there are some new textures actually, though they're not really new. They actually come from Doom 2, so yeah, rip textures from Doom 2, hooray! And other than that, really, there's not much else. For the base, he had nothing but the shirt on his back. I mean, I guess he had threaded notepad and all that, but who cares about those? Anyway, let's see here. He says there was an incomplete vis. Vis planes show up when you're turning around in the wind brushes. Build time, please don't ask. He used a lot of different texture things, such as Quake 101, Doom 2 Tats, and CZ Tats 1. CZ Tats 1 is also known as the debug texture, so I guess he's using some of those on top of the Doom 2 textures, and Quake 101, which is the standard one for Quake. And let's see here. In case you actually care, he's working on a single-player deathmatch level with a tower with a spiral staircase around the inside. Fancy sounding, okay. And another deathmatch-only level that's hard to describe. Most exciting thing ever. He basically gave us no information about it. Will it ever come to light? Who knows? Please email him for any reason at all. Okay, very important. He won't mind, he even says. So yeah, if you have any desire whatsoever and any purpose for any unrelated thing to ramble about, he won't mind apparently. So yeah. This is a great time to start quoting, I will find you, but I will kill you. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, he tried Worldcraft and many other editors. So far, Thread is most definitely his favorite, but he wishes they would update it more often. Oh wow. This was really the period of time in which Thread couldn't really update because it was locked down by Head Games. Basically, the period from September to November, Thread really couldn't do any updates because basically, what was it, Aftershock basically was locking it down. Basically, Aftershock was the only one that could have like custom content using the latest version of Thread, which really was just a minor change from the previous version, so not really the biggest thing to even wait for. But really, the biggest and most historical thing of all that was that they basically slowed up several months of progress with Thread, and essentially made it so Worldcraft was the only real relevant editor. Amazing, right? So they totally kind of butchered Thread. Yeah. You may use this as a base to build additional levels. Please email him a copy of the modified level. If you want to mess with it, he's included the .3dt, which is also known as the thread file. For anyone who wants to do a better viz on this level, he's also included the .prt file, which allows you to do the viz. He tried a level 4 viz on it, but since we only have 16 megs of RAM, it didn't finish completely. If you do visit, please send me a copy. You're not allowed to really put this anywhere on any CD, unless you do it without his express permission or whatnot. Unless you are Ashura, you can almost bet on getting my approval. Yeah. Everyone hates Ashura because, you know, Eternal Darkness and all that. Basically, Eternal Darkness basically ripped a bunch of stuff without giving any credit whatsoever. Didn't throw away the original documentation, and that kind of raged a lot of people. And I guess this is a continued thing of all that rage. Anyway, it said this was made using Thread. It's acceptable to distribute this map over blah blah blah. It's not acceptable to play this map on a commercial internet server or a charge or all that. Blah blah blah. Who cares? Copyright. I suppose it is possible for some numbskull to have this text file and not the actual level. So here goes. And he gives places you can actually download this thing. And he also includes some more text inside of the parentheses, so that way you can appreciate more pointless text. Amazing! Let's check out this level, because it's been 7 minutes and I haven't done a dandy thing, because I've been too busy looking at random text on a notepad file. Okay, so let's look at boxed in. You are now boxed in. We're in the level. And we just laid down a pentagram protection. Well, that's a start. Oh, look. Doom textures. Scary scream faces everywhere. Everyone is tortured and dying. And so we have 4 ways filled with lava. You can run around here. Hopefully not die in the meantime. That's obviously like a little center area. I'm lost. I'm horribly lost. I just started the map, and I'm horribly lost. This ain't good, people. I'm trying to think. How does one, like, organize where they are? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I do not know where to go. Okay, so, as you see, these are, like, wind tunnel ones. These lead to the tops. Okay, I can at least get that far, right? Totally. So you see, all these are wind tunnels. You just, like, land right on top of them, and you'd fling your way back up. So, no real big deal here. I'll just hop around here, see wind tunnel. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. I got stuck between the wind tunnel and the other wind tunnel. But, yeah, you can run through all these. There's really nowhere to go. Just wind tunnel after wind tunnel room. Yeah, this is already getting really boring, isn't it? I really hate this bots level. Okay, we'll land down here, I guess. I don't even know where we're going at this point. You can see some weird blue touches everywhere. As you see, that is a sewer level thing. So yeah, we don't care about that at the moment. I don't want to get lost. I'm already kind of horribly lost though, so that's not exactly good, is it? But yeah, I'm trying to get some organizational idea of where I'm going. That doesn't seem to be too easy for me. It's kind of like 16 boxes, and 4 of them I assume would lead down. But trying to figure out the order and where in God's name I am is getting really, really confusing to me. I think it's like 1 in each of these sections, and otherwise it's all just wind tunnels leading up. You have 100 health on each side, some ammo scattered around. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute mess to try and walk through, ain't it? Trying to document where things are located is going to be an absolute hellhole. And I got, of course, the luxury of trying to do it. So let's see here. My hands actually are funny there. It's like I'm suddenly, my hands reverting to a claw form. Yeah, that's always in sight in the middle of a playthrough, right? My hand is reverting to a claw! That's a lot more interesting than the level we're seeing, people. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually were more interested in that and wanted to actually see all that was going on. But, yeah. We could have hands reverted to a claw, or we could be trying to figure out where in God's name we are in this stupid level. Guess which one we're doing. So, as you see, I think at this point we've kind of looped around. It's so hard to tell, but I think we are. This one's actually the one that goes down. I don't think we can jump. Oh, I see, we can. Okay, so all of them have wind tunnels. It's just some also have sunken holes. Well, that makes life a lot better. Okay, we have those separations. You can hop over here, get more ammo. I think they're kind of symmetrical over here too. I can't really tell. But yeah, it looks like one with the nail gun, one with a grenade launcher, and all that. Boom! Doom! Exciting things! I have no idea what I'm talking about, people. I'm trying to stay sane. Stay sane in this horrible, horrible world. Let's see here. Let's keep hopping, because that's all I really know at this point. I don't seem to really know what I'm doing or where I'm going with this. I just am randomly hopping and gathering resources. I look at the weird visibility issues that keep occurring with those little barricades, if you will. There wasn't any on this side. Was there any on the fourth side? I couldn't really tell if I went over there or not. It's so easy to, like, miss. Yeah. See, okay, you want to come over here and pick up another nail gun. Hooray! That's all 16 roofs. The only area left to go is the underground area, that means. Let's find a way down. This way it won't really lead me down there, will it? Let's see, let's go to, like, the outer one, maybe? No, maybe the one right next to it. I think it's around here somewhere. Yes, indeed, here we are. And let's go to the underground sewer system, which has a lot of weird little textures there. I'm guessing these are Doom 2 textures as well. I sure can't remember them. It's been too long since I played Doom 2. But yeah, you have like a weird texture set. This one links with this one. So, okay, so for an underground labyrinth, we already found where two of the ones link up. Where is the doorway? I don't want to lose sight of my doorways to figure out not where I'm going. Figure out now where I go. Yes. Yeah, I think it's just a little area in the middle, isn't it? With a really horrible texture set. Like, I guess that's the hell texture set from Doom 2, but yeah. It looks really horrible here. Okay, it looks like we're getting to a sort of labyrinth, aren't we? We have like 4 sides, and then we have these, which I think are the ways leading upwards. So it's like you have this one leading upwards, and I'm assuming the other side would be the other side. Obviously. And then what's in between all these different ways, I don't know. That looks a lot more confusing, but luckily that's all that is. Simple enough. Let's get to the 4 sides and figure out where all these lead. So you just wander around aimlessly here and see a bunch of resources. Follow the left wall, I guess. I have no idea where in God's name I'm going. Yeah, okay, these two are linking up. It seems like this is going to be like a labyrinth, kind of spiraling around. This is not good, is it? No, not at all. I'm not really sure where in God's name I am. But I found the rocket launcher, and that's always an accomplishment. I found the rocket launcher, everybody. No need to worry. I found the rocket launcher. I'm not doomed. Okay, maybe I am doomed. Maybe I just don't know it yet. But let's see here. I found a rocket launcher, and that is always a good sign. Let's see here. Found the rocket launcher, and that's a good sign. Found the rocket launcher, I'm not malign. Found the rocket launcher, that's okay. Found the rocket launcher, and I'm insane. Okay, here's the Thunderbolt. That goes great with the rocket launcher, especially if I try and shoot it in the water and everybody dies. Let's see here. I'm assuming the other side's probably very symmetrical to this one. Probably the same idea. There's a super nail gun and armor in the middle. You have one side which leads to the rocket launcher, the other side which leads to the Thunderbolt. So this side leads to the rocket launcher, I assume? Yes, indeed. And the other side's the Thunderbolt. Not really a very confusing labyrinth, thankfully. Yeah, I don't really want to deal with labyrinths. I've had enough of labyrinths. After all, I dealt with Elder Scrolls Arena at one time, as well as Daggerfall. And I don't need labyrinths with guys yelling vengeance over my corner all the time, now do I? Okay, Thunderbolt doesn't kill me if I shoot in the water. And there's really not much more to really do, people. I kind of explored everywhere. This is a map with a bunch of stuff thrown everywhere, but at the same time, it kind of makes some sort of degree of sense. It's just really, really annoying, the fact that there's so much stuff, like, thrown about. Oh god, this window's annoying me. But yeah, bunch of stuff thrown about. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare to walk through. And try to, like, explain where God's name things are, because it has such a chaotic design to it. But yeah, that is the level in a nutshell. A bunch of botses. Who would have guessed that from a level called Botston? Anyway, I'm really done here. As said, there's really not much to talk about. It's a deathmatch level. When it comes to deathmatch levels, there's really not a lot going in. We've seen a bunch of them at this point. Really, at this point, it's just about seeing what exactly exists and I guess going from there. So anyway, with that in mind, there's really, I said, not much more to really say here. Thank you all for watching, as usual. It's been an adventure, I guess. And I guess I'll also see you all, well, next time.